away at people, and it's super annoying in the laning stage, particularly against the freaking Faceless Void.
The battle begins.
Yes, we've already bared some pretty terrible witness to this. One of the worst Void games I've ever seen, unfortunately, earlier this season. So hoping that it doesn't happen to Yatoro here, because the hero just struggles to recover if you get pushed out of lane. What are you going to do? You're going to jungle on Void right away? It's not a great time. You know, those jungle creeps, they got a lot stronger, and Void didn't. So
right,
he has a hard go.
Yeah, it's not great. So that's going to be one thing to watch for a lot in the laning stage. Mid, anticipating a bit of a farm fest. It's Zeus versus kotl, so spam, and then, you know, hit some small camps eventually. So if we get a kill here, that player's getting reported, whoever gets killed. But that deny is pretty nice there for Toronto Tokyo. And then up top, the other lane where there potentially could be some action. Clockwerk already finding the Rubik. Mira caught up there in the trees and is going to take a nice little chunk of damage there. V2 not wanting to stand in the trees to try and go for any body blocks, but Solo doing a good job so far.
I'm someone who tends to get more excited about the universal changes during a patch than the individual hero changes. I don't typically like jump right to my hero like you do to Darkseer to see what happened as the patch drops.
Right.
I'm more interested in like how the systems are changing, where the meta's going to go. But when I saw this Clockwerk change, it really did make me just happier about a hero than I had been for a long time. Because, you know, Clockwerk, when I started playing Dota 2012, 2013-ish era, he was like a big offlaner, right? And he was like this big tough guy. And, you know, Bulba was hitting hooks. He wasn't picking Storm Spirit. He was the Storm Spirit, just on Clockwerk. And he's zipping and catching people, and it was really cool and hype. And ever since then, Clockwerk has been relegated to more of this, like, supporting role. And now I feel like just we've had the mid Clockwerk. We're starting to see a little bit more of the core Clockwerk. But even still, this support Clockwerk, everything just feels kind of good since this battery assault change. You can take out entire creep waves yourself with the later levels, which is really cool because as a support, sometimes you can do it like while you're smoked too, which can be a little bit interesting. So Solo already flexing hard here. Dude, the shortest teleport in the world.
That was sick. That was good. He didn't miss any creeps there either. He might miss a couple now, but yeah, they do manage to draw first blood. I don't know what Mira was doing. I guess just ensuring that Collapse has an okay like start to his laning stage. But regardless, not necessarily what you want to do giving up that first blood.
I think that was the like, nah, I can do this. I have boots, you know.
Right.
I got 5 more movement speed. I'll juke him in the tree line. What are the chances? And then he didn't.
In the meantime, Yatoro here is going to get the Gale purged off of him, so one of the better ways to deal with that early pressure. But the level 3 from Laze is going to be very annoying because you can't just aphotic shield every time Poison Sting comes up, and that damage addition starts to become really annoying. But definitely it's going to be a better time of it than you would normally have on this Faceless Void lane. He probably is going to be able to find a life for himself down here.
Yeah, Veno is it's always the hero that I try to explain value levels to for people, because he's a hero that often will go 2-2-2 in his build, which is very unnatural for Dota players at first, because you're just like, oh, but isn't there something I want to be maxing? But like the level 1 to level 2 on all of his abilities is just so ridiculous, particularly Poison Sting, as you just said. You get double the damage over time. It's crazy. He gets it now. And even Gale, 30 more damage per tick as well. So every single level in the lane just matters so much for this hero.
We can see though that basically as soon as that oh wait, that's actually going through the aphotic shield. The Poison Sting. Did you see that?
I did not.
It looked like it was, at least. Maybe I'm crazy, but it looked like it was going through the Poison Sting, or going through the shield. Regardless, he's taking a good chunk of damage. There is a scan. They know that Mira's over here trying to block these stacks, and we'll be able to at least take out that hard camp, but this is going to come at the cost of Mira's life, most likely, as Solo's going to run him down a little bit. Maybe not actually a full kill, but at least some good damage onto the... Nope, he just walked away. All right, never mind.
He is a busy guy, this Rubik. But like you kind of pointed out before, he is creating a situation where it is just the Beastmaster versus the Nature's Prophet, which is great. And he does eventually pay for his life in this lane. Like Mira is doing up top, Poshka is trying to make sure Yatoro can at least do something down here.
Right. And I mean, it's helping out. Like 17 last hits, it's not great for a Void in general, but against a Veno, that you're going to be happier with this, definitely. And across all of the lanes, still going very good for all of Dire. Navi's having a good start to this one.
Dude, is it over though? Like, if Sweet Strong just blocks the camp right now, maybe he's good. He's not gonna get over there in time. They go for the kill instead.
Yatoro, Galed, punched, chased down.
That does mean that if they can get this wave somewhere back in the tower, Yatoro might actually be able to start hitting some creeps again. Because it was looking like he might not get the last hit again this lane. Like, we're at that stage, you know what I mean? Lice hits level 4, he gets the second point, but he could even potentially go for the Plague Ward just because of the disco.
Right. Yeah, it wouldn't be bad. You can apply multiple instances of it. Super annoying to play against. And he does get level 4. We'll see what he decides to go for. Yeah, he's going to go for the wards. So trying to make the least value that they can out of that aphotic shield.
Makes a lot of sense.
Easy. Comes on over, trying to pressure Miposhka and force him back a little bit more, while Tiny makes the rotation towards mid and has a smoke ready to go. This could be a pretty nice play if they can combo this together. Tokyo, he's going to head up to the top side, and I think there's going to be a toss right onto him. So they find them. Oh my god. Oh no. Solo, what have you done? Oh, that was unfortunate.
That was weird.
He accidentally tossed the Clockwerk.
All right, a bit rough there. I mean, typically you think of Zeus as a hero that's free to gank mid, but with the help of this brand new jump, a little bit easier. Whoa, that was a big problem.
Yeah, he's in trouble there, and taking a lot of the DOTs, trying to get out of there. A couple more punches, dead. They brought in everybody, the whole freaking team, and now Solo ready to go back behind the tower. Miposhka's got to run away. Oh, the jukes. The jukes, he doesn't know. He doesn't know where he's at. Oh my god, he's hiding! Miposhka! No, we're here. Oh, he's got to run now. He's in trouble. Yeah, no, they'll eventually take him down too. All right, well, they brought numbers with the catapult.
Under attack. Dire's
time.
Is under
Try and find him in the jungle, and they won't get him.
The last time you and I were casting this, the Void went mid, and I think it's happening again. That's exactly what happened in our game earlier this season.
Yeah.
Radiant structures.
He went mid with like 20 CS. He's like, well, that was fun.
No one gets hit here. Has a lot of stick charges. A fairy fire to boot. Tokyo tries to get out. Avalanche. They find him in the trees. So they will try and run down and don't quite have the toss. Don't quite get the angle. Needs a couple more punches. Still the fade bolt. Right clicks coming on through, and with the blinding light push back, eventually they take down the Zeus. So they tried to invade to steal the stacks and get a kill. Neither happened, and instead Zeus died.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
I think that's what we call not ideal. And now, although Void's getting a little bit of farm mid, he's not going to be harassed here by Solo. And in the bottom lane, Miposhka just is standing here and watching as Veno takes his tower, hoping to get a deny. He's in there. He lurked for so long. There he is.
Tip him. Tip him. He's a good-mannered guy. Miposhka never tips enemies.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Although he's going to try and punish this deny here, but a little too speedy.
Well, a 3k gold lead to start. Not bad at all. Sweet Strong is going to scout them up here. They reveal the... Well, they're going to think the ward's up on that high ground, but it's actually a little ways back. And Sweet and Strong is going to eventually get... Oh, Mira! He died to Solo! They brought in everybody, and now Tokyo's also stuck! Mira, what happened? Oh, no!
Good stuff.
Damn.
That damage really just kind of pops off, huh?
Apparently.
You know, I actually like that play of, you know, revealing the ward because you have a Beastmaster too, so it's kind of okay. You can just assume, like, they might just think it was the Hawk as well. So I was really into the staff from Spirit. I was like, this kind of makes sense. Like, go for the kill. But then they just get, like, double Avid, and then the turnaround comes through, and it was a rough start here, 9-1. I thought the Navi's draft was better. I think it was, you know, going to be this bad, though.
Jeez. And now the toss back. They find Tokyo trying to jump away and will get Sweet and Strong very low. Does eventually die to the tower. So some retribution there, but I'm going to be honest. It doesn't feel great right now if you're Spirit. You're not feeling great about that kill.
You need so much of Yatoro this game, and that's a tough ask from a Void. He is closing in on the Morbid Mask, which will make him a little bit more relevant in terms of being able to like farm and then come right to the fights. So that will be nice. And he also got the possessed mask, so actually they're kind of fine. If he didn't have possessed mask, this would be a lot
Radiant's
worse.
middle tower
Dude,
is under
RNG
attack.
from the neutrals. It makes like it's the first
Dire
neutral
are
item that they
scanning.
got, and it is the
Yeah.
one they absolutely had to get. So the other thing is, who else on
Spider
their
legs
team,
last
like,
game too. Like,
right? Who else on their team jungles? You know, like not really anybody. They all want to keep lanes pushed out.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Damn.
Speaking of which, that is, you know, sometimes we get to the point where you look at the draft and you're like, oh, they don't have any supports that push out lanes or any heroes that really push out lanes. Navi are like the fastest lane pushers ever.
Radiant's
Like,
middle tower is
Navi's
under
lanes
attack.
are just looking absolutely fantastic right now.
Got a catapult mid too. Zeus did manage to get a fairy's trinket also, so now another great item for TSpirit that try and slow down this pressure that's coming in, but at least at the moment they're kind of doing whatever they want. Well, thinking of that, collapse, trying to run away. Oh, the hook shot ends up paying on Sweden Strong, and he's gonna get punished for this. So Solo a bit far forward, Tokyo low on mana, but they still will be able to run down this clock. Much needed.
That is such a big kill because they're getting it without their Faceless Void as well. Like typically in this situation, the team will like smoke up and bring Yatoro. That's what you would do, right? Be like, okay, we got to use this chrono. Like we're falling behind. We got to do something. But they managed to find that play without needing to bring him in. So he's still busy farming, trying to get back up. You know, he's the lowest core in the game still, and that is just not where you can be in this match as the Faceless Void. So he needs this every little bit of time they can give him. And you know, funny, I keep imagining what was that game? Was that Outsiders versus One Move when we had this matchup? I think, right?
I think so.
And we also had the Rubik versus the Veto. And
Radiant's
this is
top tower
exactly
is
what
under
happened too.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, it's a weird thing that's going on. I think that I have this theory about like Veno versus Rubik as a matchup, which is like Rubik can get the wards and can be just as annoying as Veno is. As we're gonna see Clockwerk jump in, try and find Yatoro. He's not gonna get that kill at all. Instead, Frodo on NP. Two came into this one. They're gonna get him, although maybe not. Try and finish him off. One last hit. Maposhka's there. They also stole teleportation
Dire's
from
top tower is
Rubik,
under
so they
attack.
can look for more if they want. Solo drops down the ward. Yeah, they all run away. Maybe up top, collapse dead. I'm not gonna get a chance to talk about this. Rubik
No,
one,
you're
I
really
think.
not. You know, that attempted kill as well, you know, that's they're trying to be the 9 Clockwerk, right? They have Solo on the Clockwerk, but the Prophet just brings in the Orchid. So you just, you know, there you go. But unfortunately for them, Maposhka was on point, and they're in time with the Apollo Shield to turn that.
So my theory again about this like Rubik matchup is that as they're moving on,
That's good. No, keep going, Miracle.
he's in trouble. Mira, he's gonna die. My theory is that the Rubik dies.
Radiant's
Sweden
middle
Strong,
tower is under
no
attack.
more abilities for him, but Tokyo down low, saved by Maposhka. He
Solo.
jump away at the last second, and Solo tries to hook out and then the smoke to save himself. Dude, absolute madness mid. But Navi's coming out on top again.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
I thought Solo was feeding. I thought he was so dead diving that tower, and then he hooks back and smokes in case the tower shots come after him. All right, pretty cool. I'll give him that.
Yeah. Sweden Strong almost there with the pick
Radiant's
off with the
middle
Tumbler's
tower
toy,
is
but
under
Toronto
attack.
Tokyo able to jump away. So, as I'm going to say,
Go.
it's like Veno is super annoying, but then like eventually the you know team gets like pissed off and angry and they just jump the Veno and then he just poison Novas you. For Rubik, you get pissed off and then they just come and kill you because you don't have that like deterrent of a giant team fight ultimate that makes it so the rest of your team cleans up. And so like Mira's annoying to play against when he gets these wards, but they can kind of just run at him, I feel like.
We've had a fantastic ward placed down here by Solo inside the Radiant base. So he was smoked up. He got in there. He placed it, but then he got spotted back on this, back on the ramp, moving back in towards the jungle. So gonna be curious if TSpirit can find this ward, as it gives you so much info. Like just watching where the couriers are going is probably one of the most underrated things you can do in Dota, honestly.
Yeah, it is very, and I mean to be fair, the other thing is that TSpirit are very much stuck in like a very tight area for where they can actually farm, with the exception of Maposhka, who goes on out, tries to get some wards. Do they have him? Yes.
See, they're pinging because they ping for. Oh, sorry. I know there's fights happening. I don't care though. See, Toronto, they ping. Like, I think the ward's here, so they're looking for it. Will he check the high ground?
Yeah.
No, don't reveal it. Sweden strong. He's gonna get away with the ward.
Yeah, it looks like it. They did block the Ancients, which is at least something. So Maposhka doing a good job of trying to deny some amount of farm there. Sweden Strong drops a ward down. This is within vision. Sentry. And it feels like Navi trying to put a bit of a chokehold on this game by shutting down the areas where TSpirit's allowed to farm. Got to be careful around that Clockwerk with the battery assault. It'll kill your Helm of the Dominator creep.
That's a good point. I mean, you can actually contest with it. Typically, they were like a big problem for Clockwerk because they just tanked a bunch of your battery assault. But now, with the amount of bounty you get, farm that. Might as well hook shot, honestly. 60 seconds.
I'm down. You heard it here first. Chrono, ready? There is a great ward down by Navi, though. They're seeing all of this movement.
Radiant's bottom tower.
TSpirit does also have a Hawk, though, right on top of a lot of these heroes up by the outpost, too.
I guess the other thing is that Maposhka has his odds down now. Was smoked up behind the Faceless Void there, ready to go. And Rubik also setting down some vision in the mid lane. Collapse is playing around that area, just trying to send out these Veno wards to stop the pressure coming in towards the tier 2 towers.
Yo, Sweden strong?
He's looking. Toronto Tokyo goes for the jump away and slowed down enough. Lays moves into position, but they're going to be fine. And meanwhile, up top, Collapse. They get the green light to go on in, tries to TP out, hook shot, breaks it. Okay.
Radiant's bottom
Looking again, very good for Navi. Everything that they could want right now. Yeah, come up with answers.
The question is, what does Navi need for that like next step? They're a very fast lineup, right? Anytime you have a core kotl, that's kind of what it's gonna turn up being. I like the BKB next for no one. That's very safe.
Abba,
jump in there. That's a big toss.
Maposhka taking a lot of damage, and you have a Spirit Vessel from no one as well. Tries to take all the dots off of him. Will it be enough? No. They get the kill. Robotic Shield was back up just a second too late.
And this is where that matchup definitely turns a little bit, right? Like, I think in the lane, it did make sense to help out the Faceless Void a little bit. It didn't really end up saving his lane that much, so maybe it was kind of a bad pick in that regard. But in the mid game, it feels like Veno just counters the Abba. Just like, your Robotic Shield, like, sure, you're removing like Gale and you're reducing some damage and stuff, but it doesn't really feel worth it.
Well, and you've got so many instances of the dots coming in too on different heroes. You can only Robotic Shield so many people. It's a pretty big problem. But for now, at least, Navi continue their dominance, and it is pretty much not looked like they've had any answers for it. Solo, hunting, trying to find Mira, won't quite connect there. Does have a Sentry Ward to lay down if he wants.
The seeds of
That's his Invis Rune, getting some value there.
Able to make it back to his own side, though. Mira not risking anything. It's gonna set up. There we go.
That was well played. They needed that. Get on the board.
your elements.
Oh my god, are they gonna roach? Oh, this is huge.
They need this.
This is so big. Oh man, are they gonna be able to come and contest? I mean, Laze has Force ulti, level 2.
Yeah, they have no curse either, so this is kind of slow.
They gotta be careful. Throwing them out. The wards are there. Mira still trying to play intercept here. Does have to toss away. Tosses him over to Maposhka. So that way they can't go for the Poison Nova. What a play.
Yeah, no hard commitment here from Navi. Has the blink though on Sweden Strong. But he doesn't like what he sees. Nice. That's gonna stop the chase for sure.
Yeah. All right. Aegis on the Void. That is what TSpirit needed. How quickly things turn.
And Navi, I think, just not really panicking, just sort of, waiting for some of these bigger items like the BKB on the Nature's Prophet and the kotl are done now. But they weren't like quite in position. They also all farm really, really fast. So like they get their BKB and they're like, yeah, I can get a sight though, right? Like he's already at 1,400 gold. And I do think that the pace at which they're accelerating, it is hard for TSpirit to match. The Aegis is great because it's going to stop like solo pickoffs in between this where they're just like jumping in, killing one hero and stuff, and they won't be as keen to do that as Na'Vi. But when this Aegis ends, I feel like there's going to be such an item power up from Na'Vi that TSpirit need to get like some chrono kills during this Aegis. So they need to play on the aggressive, I think.
Definitely. Yeah, the game otherwise is just going to completely get out of hand. And again, these like, Plague Ward battles that are going on between Rubik and Veno are going to be helpful. It's allowing Rubik to sort of try to scale up in terms of farm. Also wants to get into that Aghanim shard. But eventually when these fights come out, they need to find a way to actually hit the chrono on those key heroes.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
I think for me, the main problem I see that having TSpirit was this. I mean, honestly, it's probably the Faceless Void pick in itself, unfortunately.
Yeah.
With our line, he is on a good lane because they sort of trap themselves. I think Beastmaster Zeus is a really good laning duo. I like the Zeus 4. I think oftentimes you'll pick like a hero that can flex between 4 and mid, but usually you like want it to be the mid, right? Unless he gets a bad matchup. But I think Zeus is the opposite way. I think overall right now, you'd actually prefer the Zeus to be a 4. But what ends up happening is they look at their support duo, they go, oh, we can't handle this Veno. Let's put the Zeus mid because he can do all right versus the kotl, and we'll take out this Abba. And it almost feels like that was kind of a trap. Like I feel like Zeus 4 does basically the same stuff, and right now they have one less playmaker on your team than you typically would.
Right. Yeah, it's like if you want to run that Zeus, you need to pick a stronger hero in the lane that can't get abused by a Veno or something else like that. Because otherwise you're in some trouble, definitely. And, well, I mean, they have been able to buy themselves some time, but without a doubt, this is a dangerous couple of minutes coming up here pretty soon. We've got 2 minutes left on the Aegis. And Yatoro almost is at BKB, so that again will be a nice little window for them to, make sure that they can get something done. But you've got things that interrupt. Hookshot is there. If you try and like BKB TP out or something. Oh man, if they could make it work with this AD, this would be great. I really want to see them try and make a move with this. Yeah, smoke up, they're going. Over the side, collapses the one that's caught right at the start. He's gonna kill off the Tiny though. Tiny dies, ulti coming out afterwards from the Zeus, and now with no Veno ulti, they can look for more. Chrono is down, they find Lays. This is gonna be another pick. And now more, Solo also in some trouble, going to get the hook shot away. Still keeping vision, but they can't chase any further.
That is great though. This is what they needed. We have a couple of kills during this Aegis. It's gonna last her just long enough to get Chrono back. A couple seconds short, but really it just means that he can still be a little bit out there on the map and have some chance of his allies helping.
It does suck to lose collapse at the start of that, but that's how it goes.
One of your cores is getting sacked, I think, in these fights.
Yeah. And if Veno ultis one hero, you're going to be KD done in a second. You can see the entire time of Pushka's waiting behind, just ready to save Yatoro. And Zeus going in for the Aghanim Scepter after the 4th staff. Hunting. Swing strong, jumps the other direction. Toss back, Force is ready, and the jump away. He's fine. B-Tune wants to chase. Oh, maybe he's not fine. Okay, he is not fine. Confirmed not okay.
It's like a pinball.
Yeah, getting thrown around, although they find B-Tune. That's a pretty good trade.
That's because of the 4 staff and the jump, right? Like,
yeah. Sure,
they have the mobility to keep up and catch because of the 4 staff on Solo as well, but dragging him back that far, that 4 staff purchase by Toronto Tokyo just killed that Nature's Prophet.
Yatoro turns now onto Lays, trying to kill him off. Still has Aegis for another 5 seconds. Photic Shield takes off the DOTs. He is going to regen off the back of this. It was a good attempt by Navi to catch him right there.
The E-Blade, okay. All right. Not going for the sight, huh? No one wants the big damage. I actually like that because they have the Blink Tiny. They have lots of control. I think we just, like, how you go high ground this game is probably one of the harder parts, so. Just get a little bit of damage, kill all the heroes, go hungry.
Right on top of Mira. They have him. Tossed back afterwards. Has a fourth staff just delivered. Mira tries to get out. Aphotic shield saved. Turns now onto Laze, blowing him up. Able to get the jump in. Yatoro finds him. They do get the Poison Nova in the end. But the rest of TSpirit will retreat out of there. So again, these 4 staffs getting a ton of value for TSpirit.
And nothing of value was lost.
Yeah.
Sorry, Mira. My bad.
I mean, he knows.
He knows his place.
Right.
Gotta prop those cores up, make him have a good game here.
You know, something about TSpirit, when it comes to these mid-game dynamics, they start just making good play after good play, it feels like, and find their ways back into games. Do you feel the tide turning? Like, I'm starting to feel better and better about the way this game is looking for Spirit.
It is kind of crazy how the lead just is not growing that much for Navi, despite how quickly they can push these waves out. Like, I would expect them, like, why is this top tower still alive, for example?
Right.
Do they just not care? They just keep warding behind them.
Has been killed.
It's hard to believe. If it was any other team, I would still just be not believing in this Radiant lineup. Like, I think that it just takes one mistake, and that's why it's so difficult, but, you know, maybe they can do it.
Radiant's top tower.
They're going to spread out again, farm up. They're giving up that bottom, or rather top tower, it looks like. Well, Yatoro continues to farm across the map. He is also going to be an interesting couple of minutes here watching when how the vision plays out around the Roche pit. Navi obviously have the benefit of the wards, but you've got the Beastmaster Hawk also to contend with. And BKB done for Beast.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
You know what I really like this itemization in this game too is V2 going for this nullifier. Because he was thinking about going for the Silver Edge, but all the 4 staffs they're stacking, right? On the side of Spirit, on TSpirit. He's like, you know, if I just get a nullifier, we can stop this from happening.
Right. Yeah, it's a nice pickup. They're gonna lose top tower, it looks like. TSpirit. And now it's Smoke Up running cross map. They do have TP if they need it, but they're gonna try and catch them here with Collapse of Poshka and Yatoro. Zeus, the Aghanims I think is flying out to him right now also. So they'll have Nimbus on top of ulti ready to go. This is gonna be a boatload of damage coming through here.
Have to make the most of this vision. Whoa!
Finds Abba right at the start. Blaze thinking about going in, but no, they won't go for it. Play by Sweet and Strong.
Is under attack.
Yeah, it really kind of broke up the threat that they were trying to lay out there. Yeah, Tron Tokyo, that is a lot of damage. You know, 10k gold, sure, but it is a Zeus.
Radiant's
you catch them without these BKBs, maybe that is just what they needed.
See the Hawk pass by, so it's on the Roche and it sees that it has not respawned yet. TSpirit were able to send one Hawk through all of that mess. Still a tier 1 tower remaining in the mid lane too. That's going to be a little bit rough for them. Lobokoshka gets dropped down to almost nothing. Blaze steals Plague Wards, gets the ulti onto nobody. They will lose Makoshka at the start of this one. Yatoro now trying to jump for Laze. They have buyback on Abbott if they want to take it. Miss, they chase, they look for more. BKB is ready, Sweet and Strong, down and dead. So still hanging on to Yatoro's BKB. They run forward, they find Laze. He's gonna drop here. Ends up falling, and with the buyback on Abba, they have great setup now. Keep the pressure on and go take Roche.
Yatoro is so patient between not using the Chronos in the early game and then getting orchided right there and just like not panicking, chilling out with his BKB. Managed to take down 2 heroes and the turn just might be the buyback. Why?
Yeah. I mean, he doesn't have ulti, but he can start throwing out those constant wards, and I think that's going to be the goal.
They still have Chrono though. They feel like they need this Aegis. They think that they lose if TSpirit get this.
They're trying to wait as long as possible. Gale is out now. They drop down the Nimbus on top of this. A couple Plague Wars dropped into the pit. Hook shot finds Mirror right at the start, but can't catch him with the call. Yatoro takes it down. Aegis on the deck, and he picks it up. Swing strong right in front. He did manage to find one, but Lay's gonna get caught. This is going to be a dieback as they look for more. Sweden Strong, he got the Aghanim shard, but you wanted more than that in that fight.
V2 just organs Toronto Tokyo, takes his buildings in front of him.
Dire's middle tower is
Yeah, that one
He's
hurt.
like, what are you gonna do about it? All right, okay, I see what's happening here.
structures are fortified.
I mean, they got what they needed in that regard at least, but I mean, they lost a lot in that fight.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
This is quite the strategy we're seeing at play. If I just take their buildings, what are you gonna do?
Oh, maybe he didn't get the Aghanim shard. Maybe it was Void that got it. Couldn't tell.
Yes, Void. Well, he didn't have it when I checked before.
Okay.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Aghanim shard. Oh no, he dropped it in base. Yeah. So they bought one there. So the Aghanim shard is in the pit right now with
Nice.
of Dire.
Yeah, so Sweden Strong did get it.
Dire's structures
No
are
one.
fortified.
Find one. Mira gets the lift up. Find Solo. He's gonna drop here. They have way too much damage. Force staff, maybe not. Glimmer, never mind. What am I talking about? Solo's never gonna die.
Dire's middle tower has
This is so
fallen.
interesting. We're playing a 4v4 and a 1v1. All
Yeah.
right, so the rest of the heroes are all battling each other. But meanwhile, it's just Toronto Tokyo versus V2 to keeping these two lanes pushed. He just doesn't want any creeps to hit his base.
I mean, that is one thing that's gonna be scary. Like the potential to split push and even like go try and backdoor tier 4s or something like that. We've seen teams give up like big leads in this way. And I think NAVI are still in an incredibly strong position. Find out.
It's a good one, though. It's nice. Clawing back this game in terms of just like who you expect to win. And that's why I would agree with Dota Plus. I do think they're favored. You know, the 6K deficit, like at this point, they just have the better team fight. You start to see these heroes fall off a little bit. EKB is going to be very, very important for the Faceless Void as well as the Beastmaster. And then Zeus obviously just doesn't even have to be really that involved. Just still be putting up tons of damage in these engagements. And Navi can feel it. They're starting to play a little bit cheekier, a little bit more on the side, playing the creeps more than the heroes, it would seem.
Jump in, jump. Find one. Chrono with the Arcane Rune. Oh, is it enough though? Tries to blow him up before the ulti comes out. Lay's roar drops literally everything onto this Veno, but he survives. What? Lace gets away, but V2, he might not be so lucky. Tries to DP out, wants to get out of there. BKB, he's gone. Is nobody from NAVI gonna die? What is happening? All right, toss back onto one. Yatoro gets hexed. Now the cog stolen, keeping Solo inside his own cog, but eventually dies. All right, the E-Blade answer is pretty good. They need to get a nullifier on the freaking TSpirit.
Well, there's the E-Blade, but then Zeus like drops the Nimbus. Like it is kind of frightening to E-Blade save versus the Zeus lineup, and well, V2.
Look at it.
Heh heh heh. He just grabbed his next creep wave.
Pushing in, that tier 2's dead, which means all these creeps start doing damage to that tier 3, and it's gonna keep ramping up. They need to deal with this.
He TB'd into that fight, so they lost a little bit of their base safety as he tried to finish off Lice there on the Venomancer. That was crazy. I can't believe he lived. He also didn't immediately Lotus Orb after too, like right before the roar. That could have helped a little bit, perhaps, but either way, managed to survive. So, Aeon Disc next wants to make it even more difficult. He just wants to ensure his ulti gets off, which, of course, is every Venomancer's end goal.
Of course. I mean, the plus side of that for Spirit is that they're going to have Chrono back up again because it was the Arcane Rune. So maybe can make some type of a play around that here in a second. Just hit the level 20 point, so Sprout now leashes on top of the Nullifier.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Perfect. Okay, how good is it this game? Watch Tom and Jerry. Who didn't use
that what
claws
happened?
very much.
Three.
Yeah.
You should have used the claws more.
Yeah, you know. He just went to the store and bought like mouse traps. I feel like that he had, you know, like opposable thumbs, and I feel like he could kind of get stuff done.
Yo, look at this man solo. Killing Ancients with the battery assault. Collapse, he just got
too far.
Yeah, a little bit. But they do find solo, trying to hook shot out, not going to happen. The body blocks are there after the dive bomb, and in fact, Sweden Strong also in trouble. They will have him caught as well. So a couple quick kills as the Aegis expires. And even though Navi has the cold lead, I mean, it's still looking pretty good for Spirit.
Yeah, I think it has most certainly turned. It's at the point now where it's going to be V2 just finding some crazy play. And that's similar to when he just like took the racks during the Roche fight. I think that's the kind of opportunity they're expecting in the next Roche fight as well. Life is trying to get the Aeon Disc as well to hopefully get off that big Poison Nova at the big Roche fight that'll be coming up soon. And then perhaps eventually an Aghanim Scepter will be great too.
Oh yeah. Oh, that item is always so valuable.
Is under attack.
Much damage. But right now, Hawk scouting out where V2 might have been. From Tokyo trying to get to that 25. I'm assuming he wants to go for the arc lightning damage just to try and help this, like, you know, defensive split push. But I guess that, you know, the lightning bolt talent could be pretty good for that as well.
Yeah, that's true actually.
He's actually going Octarine Core. I think that he has the full thing completed now. And looking to jump right at the start. That is the Aeon Disc cross. Yatoro jumps back in, able to find him. Taxis out afterwards. Gotta be careful. Hook shot. Follow up. Push back. Yatoro. What? He keep in the jump away. He's pushed every which way, but manages to get out of there. V-Tune dies. Toronto Tokyo finds him with collapse in the bottom lane. Not bad.
Wow, I would have thought they'd have the chainsaw between the scythe and everything else, but just not quite enough between the Tiny and the Clockwerk.
Something went a little bit different there from the way that they wanted it to. And Roche capable of respawning in about 40 seconds. KB will be back up for Yatoro at that point. But this lead dwindling even further, and can definitely feel TSpirit in control of this one at this point.
So close. Finding a very important kill. They're going to set him back too towards that next item and potentially even force him to live action. At the very least, though, V-Tune will be back in time, so we'll have our full heroes for the fight. And more importantly, V-Tune will be up and alive for when the actual roasting happens. But the worst case scenario has now occurred for NAVI because Roche is respawning and their creep waves are not past the river.
Oh, they still have another 2.5 minutes.
Oh, okay.
A long respawn.
We got a big one. Yeah, we're good.
Yatoro holding Chrono, ready to jump. Thought about a toss. Didn't have a target to throw it to. Sweden Strong now has to walk away as Laze is slowed down by Poison Sting. Hookshot in, finds Collapse, trying to kill him off, but Yatoro jumps in to help out his buddy. Collapse gets out of there. Now Roar onto Solo. He is going to get saved for a moment, but dead eventually. Toronto Tokyo finds the kill there. And you can see immediately everybody just runs to the sidelines. Push him out. Get out of there.
Speaking of which, a great ward from TSpirit down ball there too. Like keeping an eye on these kind of movements because these never get dewarded, right? Like they're sort of low value because like maybe they don't wind up catching you any big hero, but sometimes you do get a massive pick and otherwise you just get good vision where someone like V2 is running around.
Right. But I think that one too. Oh, wait a minute. Lifted, save, Poshka, low, pops the ulti, tries to run away. Thunder God's Wrath afterwards, Sweden Strong dead. He's thought about going in. I am not sure. Going for more. They have to lift. Still saving Chrono, dude.
Radiant's middle tower is
He
under
keeps getting
attack.
E-blade and then Zap, he's just like, yo, stop. Like, disable health. How do I make sure this kotl doesn't keep E-blading me?
The Still a minute until Roche is back up again. Yeah, it's the double-edged sword, definitely. They don't have that like other big save on their team. Soon, he's gonna send in the trance to the top lane
Radiant's top tower
and
is
keep
under
on
attack.
beating into that tier 3 tower. Toronto Tokyo has to go and deal with now. It is down lower and lower.
Yeah, they do die so fast at this point with that 25 talent that you're talking about. That is ridiculous. And an Octarine core, so your arc lightning is back every 1.6 seconds.
Right. 20% backtrack taken for the
Dire's
Faceless
top
Void
tower
now.
is under attack.
Finished off Satanic, going in for the Butterfly next.
Man, we've waited so long for a Faceless Void Arcana, he got backtracked. That's crazy.
Yeah, that still hasn't happened, is it? Oh,
Someday.
Roche respawns right away for him. And this is the refresher shard. Can Navi come and contest? They got to start building up these plague wards right away. It's hard, but they need to come and contest this one. They can't give it up for free. Clockwerk looking for an angle. They spot him right away. Collapses there to break it. They're not killing Roche right away, and they end up intercepting it. Found Solo. He's in trouble now. Going to get absolutely obliterated. Laps gets the kill with the dive bomb. And
just
nothing gained on the map elsewise.
Too many units, you know? He's throwing boards around. He's got his helm, his body himself, trying to make sure there was no chance for Solo to get in there. Yeah, Navi, again, just recognized there's no way they can contest it, so they just need to stay nice and cool, nice and chill, and wait until TSpirit crosses the river. They need to make sure that it's going to be as
Radiant's top
punishing as
tower
possible,
is
and there will be
under
some sort of a cheeky possibility. I like the drums on Sweet and Strong. You know, I think we need that mindset of just like, we need to cheese this game. We're not beating them straight up.
Dire's top tower is under
Yeah,
attack.
keep the lane shoved out and then punish when they can. Maybe boxing in at some point.
They'll have bots recall, right? On no one.
Oh yeah,
So
okay.
he can come in
fair
with the
enough.
Nature's Prophet too. At the same time, Solo will be hook-shotting the TSpirit heroes to try and stop any important TPs.
I see. Yeah, putting it all together. This is the way it happens.
Yeah, Tiny has drums. He'll have the Boots of Bearing, and he needs to buy just like, you know, something to hit buildings. He just buys Shard. Just help out.
Yeah, it's actually not bad. The Boots of Bearings are definitely going to be. I want to see what 25 talent V-Tune goes for eventually if he takes the 2.5 times HP damage. It honestly might not be worth it with the Zeus. Like, he just clears through him so quickly regardless. God, Blaze. Flicker wants to get away. Oh no, Blaze, not like this.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Chase, punched, Lotus, can't get away. Ooh, Avalanche wants to run, but no. They take him down. Down bottom, Sarah. I'm Solo. Oh, trying to kill the creep wave, but it's not going to happen. And turns on to Toronto Tokyo. Okay, maybe it will. Jumps forward, instantly does more damage than GPK's Dagon. And now Mira also going to get brought down. Quick and easy.
Holy heck, you pros are OP.
Does work better when you click it. That is true. All right. Big kill. Attempting to go after Solo.
Radiant's
But
middle
even with
tower
minimal
is under
items,
attack.
this hero still pretty frightening. Able to help turn things there. Back on the push it. And this means the TSpirit also can't pressure with the Aegis. So this is that idea of spreading out too much, getting past the river. You don't stay tight. Like staying tight at TSpirit, I have a hard time seeing them losing a fight. But getting a little bit split like this.
Right. It can go south very quickly. I still am very hesitant to think that this like starts swinging back the other direction. You know, maybe 60-minute mark or something like that. We can start seeing some crazy things happen. Maybe. Who knows?
It kind of does feel like a game in that era where it's just over time. It feels like Spirit. Yeah, I feel like they should get stronger and stronger. But you know, maybe does Tiny eventually get items? Does he actually
I don't know, man.
More. It's such a long path to grow into like big items as a Tiny, despite having a talent called Grow.
Right. Well, and I guess that the other thing is, I like that, by the way.
Yeah, except I said talent instead of skills. I really blew it, you know?
That's fine.
It's tough out there in the commentary life, guys, all right?
We'll make it work.
Yeah, we really hard job, yeah.
I think that the one thing that's going to be interesting is Beastmaster eventually will need to find a hook shot on the creeps here. Looking for it. Oh, it's too far, though. It's not going to do that for him. Hook shot, summer cape, trying to run away, not gonna happen. If you manage to like get a good fight and like be on the right side of the map, the Beastmaster aura is gonna kill towers super quick.
I'm back on Team Navi though. I did not think we would see the point where Lives got to the Agnums. He has the Agnums. I'm back.
Okay.
I've shifted. Navi's got this. Let's go. Team Veno Eggs.
I mean, it's scary. I love this item, but he also hasn't been able to get good ultis off, I feel like.
Yeah, but now he's inspired.
They got Zeus Refresher. There's no way. There's no way they win a fight. It can't happen.
Don't
need
doubt Veno. You know better than this.
I do. Also, the Zeus like Refresher Octarine. It's just crazy. Sweden
Nice
strong.
for the scouting.
Bang, bang, bang.
Oh right, I forgot his roar is 20 seconds. With Octarine sword.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's nuts. It's like 3 kills.
For the Primal Roar cooldown, minus 35 seconds at 25, and then also Octarine.
And he has a Spell Prism too. So he is just roaring.
Yeah, that's insane. How do you deal with that?
Nailed this. Veno ulti. GG.
My man is Frodine.
He really is. He is the beast lord.
Dova King. It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been like 11 years. 11, 11, 11, you know? They dropped that game.
I got it when it came out.
There's almost 11 different platforms you can play it on.
Yeah.
At this point, you know?
Dire's bottom tower is under
I never
attack.
beat it. I played all of the side missions, but I never finished the main quest.
Dire's top
I mean,
tower
honestly, you
is
didn't
under
miss much.
attack.
Well,
That's
okay,
fair.
now I don't know about very important morality
Dire's top
issues of you,
tower
though.
has
So,
fallen.
like, you're
Okay.
telling me you didn't go see Pasternak at the end?
No, I didn't.
Oh, damn, dude. All right, well, next stream, guys, Lyrical beats Skyrim. It's gonna be hype.
Easy. They're pushing in all the lanes now, Trent. This is starting to get scarier and scarier. The solo Clockwerk is about to drop, and on the other side, Mira hook shot it in and found no one. Rarely seen, but much appreciated, and needs to back the hell out of there. Collapse almost had roar off cooldown again. But yeah, even the split push is starting to be denied now to Navi.
That's what they want you to think.
Okay.
They just approach the base. They beg of you, come meet your poisonous fate.
They smoked underneath that ward, or underneath that hawk rather. Pushka still no cares, just goes and gets the outpost. No fear.
Grab up there. Nice. Yeah, that's
No
right.
ulti. Tries to get him. Oh! E-Blade won't save him. Now looking for more. Not able to find it. Dude, Faceless Void when you get to this level is just so hard to deal with. Is he gonna refresh? No, he passes it over.
Hanging out there. I do like the Venn diagram Nimbus. That's pretty good.
I am renewed.
Scary.
All right, if you're a Navi fan, you're hoping for a virtually instant rotary. You just take the Nature's Prophet buyback and you try and fight without the Zeus ulti. They can refresh for the Chrono. At least Zeus won't be relevant.
Well, wait, is that a refresh I heard?
Yeah, Void just used it.
Dire's
He
bottom
jumped in by the
tower is
shop
under
and he
attack.
refreshed his Chrono, so they won't know that that's back up. Well, I mean, they're going to see that he's missing the card, so they might.
Right.
And it's a medium length, so everyone will be back up. All the spells will be back up at this point by the time we're...
Dire are scanning.
11k gold lead right now, but more important than that is just the complete dominance they've had across the map. And you, as Spirit, like, or rather as Navi, you just can't feel comfortable you know, pushing out any of these waves. Sweet and Strong did break a TP onto a creep wave there.
Yeah, he got a good ward down too by the secret shop that was not scouted so far by TSpirit. Could be something to set up on. This problem is now back alive, so you know, not unusual to see someone wander over here at this point in the game and actually lose big parts of your map control to try to get items.
And we just heard there too, the relocate being used by no one now to get Sweet and Strong back with the rest of the team. So this is the other part of it. Like, you've got way more maneuverability on Na'Vi in these late game scenarios with NP, with kotl recall. They've got some different ways to make this work for themselves, and they're all heading up top.
Dude, it's like a black hole. It's pulling everyone in across the map.
Yep, they're underneath. They see the vision. So they wanted to play around that ward, but a good check of it by Spirit, and Roche respawns.
Oh, and look at that. The second after the Zeus ulti, they instantly smoke.
Yep, ready to go. Round 2, they do have Refresher ready, and an Arcane Rune now on Faceless Void.
Oh, he's so
They
zippy.
smoke also.
Every 3.2 seconds, and he has the back jump too.
All right, they take off TP cooldown, level 25 on Nature's Prophet, pushing out bottom. Toronto Tokyo shows. Can't get back to his team that quickly. As TSpirit hunting, trying to find somebody over here. What?
Ward,
They
the
find
ward.
B-Tune. Needs to get out of there. They find him. Round 2. BKB TP out of there. Do they get him? Roar. It's out of time. Oh no. B-Tune gets caught. B-Tune gets killed. Oh, that hurt.
Ward had like 10 seconds left. That's insane. That ward we talked about like 7 minutes ago.
And they still save Chrono also. Like, that's huge. They have buyback on MP. He could go for something here if they want to fight this. But Lays goes for the flicker. He gets out. Wait, what? Tossing him in, looking for more. Lays, get out of there, my man. He's in trouble. Aeon discount. Does he pop the ulti? I think he's just going to let this one go. As they will give up everybody at this point. Sweet and Strong also going to be controlled. Can Mira find no one even? No, maybe instead they find a turnaround, but the lift up. Mira saving himself with the shard. They all have buyback. They're going to need it.
I return.
First one to buyback. Buyback's on everybody except for the Nature's Prophet. TSpirit, they want to get them all. Blade combo out. Rooted Chrono gets stunnable, but they toss away. What the hell? They might find the finish though. Lays gets out of there. He is done. No buyback. Can't get out of this one though. Can they kill him off? No. The 4th step comes out. It's enough to make sure that the Void can get away. And with no Veno ulti, didn't get a chance to cast it. TSpirit, they are ready to take the rest of these racks. They don't want to go to 60 minutes. They want to end it here. Roar lifted, Sweet and Strong. He too is going to die. They have the Hex on the Void. Doesn't matter. Another 4th staff. A great answer for the Sprout lead. No one is going to drop. B-Tune is going to die. GG is called. TSpirit. A toast too strong.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Just an excellent game for TSpirit. Identify.